we potentially have a big problem coming to photography. And I honestly think that many jobs can potentially get replaced with AI. But photography, I feel like, could potentially have this issue, but also here's a few reasons why I think it cannot. Now, for those who don't know, I may have mentioned a few of these points on my big long video when I did the Met Radio interview. It'll be somewhere on screen, or it'll be somewhere on the iCard, or like on my channel if you just want to find it. It's not too long ago, so it should be findable from this video. But yeah, we talked about how AI and how just intelligence in general is going to basically be replacing a lot of things. People like graphic designers are seeing this happen more and more. People in marketing, people in, like the people in analytical stuff and data, etc. There's a lot of things that AI is just taking over, and people are getting laid off. People are having things happen. Not going to get too into it, but you kind of know the scenario. So one thing I'm going to argue against is with AI, especially with photography and even video, you are able to still have that human connection. When you're going to a wedding, you're going to an event, and especially people who are doing those types of things, you're not likely to have someone replace you anytime soon, in my opinion, because there's a human connection to it. There's also the thing where you are not going to have usually a robot flying around taking pictures and stuff. And the thing is, even if it did, I don't think it would be able to capture the same moments, the same things, or at least at this point in time. These things are going to be better with someone there because they're going to fit right in. People are going to fit in with people, at least at this point. I'm just going to say that constantly because, we don't know how this is going to change in the future. But I honestly think that these things are more genuine with people around, and also just quieter. Like, machines tend to be quite loud, maybe not in the future, but at least at this point in time, I just feel like it won't fit in nearly as well. To kind of go back to my previous point, or something I mentioned previously, is the human genuine feeling or look that you get from it. Certain things might be like algorithms, certain things might be, just stuff that's there. And it might just detect a face or a certain thing, or like a pose. When some of the DJI stuff where you just do this and then you move your hands far and apart, far, close, etc. Those things are, I think, algorithms. They're meant to capture it, because I remember my friend showing me he did this and then he did this and then that did something else in his code that detected and did something accordingly. So yeah, at this point in time, I think it's where it's just going to be stuff where it captured it based on, a certain pose, certain things like that, which is good. But when you have things that are more genuine, someone is doing a certain expression, which may not be in the code, or certain things where they may not be, written in, or it just happens randomly, those things are always going to be better with a human. That's why I think photo and video is still pretty safe right now, because you have to do these things in person to actually make sure and they look good. Yeah, we can manufacture things with AI and stuff, but especially things like events, it's hard to do that because you're not going to be able to replicate every single thing. You can maybe replicate a studio shoot, for example, but you may not be able to replicate an event where people are getting married and there's two people embracing themselves and different things like that. It just goes to show that there's certain things that can be replaced. And to even mention before, the graphic design stuff, that will be changing. Obviously, people and things will get different, but at least from what I've seen online and what I've sometimes even tried, graphic design is still pretty safe, because yeah, it can create stuff, but it's not going to create stuff to the level or the advancements of what humans can do. It'll create basic stuff. It'll create stuff that's usable potentially, but it won't be anything that's, has the genuine stuff in it. It won't have those, in certain logos, they have the arrow or the certain little thing that make it unique. I don't think it's gonna do that anytime soon. So those things might happen, but I think it's still gonna be quite a while. That being said, I do think that we're getting to that point. It's just something that at this point in time, it still requires that human interaction, which is why I think in certain cases we're safe, but in certain things where it's black or white, data or analytics and stuff like that, it might be something where it takes over, because there's really just a right or wrong. There's nothing where you have to basically use human intuition or human knowledge to actually do it. So that's been my take on AI and how I think it might affect us. So if you do want to see another cool video, be sure to look at this one over here, or check out the channel right over here. If you want to hit me up in the comments, or feel free to let me know any ideas, let me know on my social media. I'll just see them on screen now. I would hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.